Hello, John and Tanya. It's Patrick here from Strategic Lead Services. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video I've made for you here. I promise you it's going to be well worth your while. I'm going to be sharing with you some information that I believe you'll find very valuable and helpful as well. So I have a picture of myself up here in the corner just so you can put a face to the name, but more importantly here, I just wanted to, before even considering speaking with any other attorneys in your area, I really just wanted to reach out to you first, because after some hours of research into the St. Louis personal injury market, I've really found that your firm, you guys are one of the best, if not the best firm in terms of your online presence, and I can see that you value that, and so I wanted to give you this information first. And I believe still there's some great opportunity when it comes to optimizing your online lead generation. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about that, and just so you have a really strong idea of what I'm going to be talking about over the next few minutes, I'm going to go over some of my main points here. So I'm going to be showing you how you can begin to generate leads at a lower cost per click, and how you can actually gradually lower your cost per acquisition over time. So the amount of marketing dollars you have to spend in order to acquire a new client. And then I'll really show you how this method is the perfect add-on, if not replacement, to your existing AdWords strategy, and how you don't have to expect to pay up to $100 or more a click like the majority of the market is doing. And then also show you how you can prevent the good PI leads or the family law leads that are coming in from actually moving on or shopping to your other competitors, and really how many cases you could expect to get from your area or should be expecting to get from your area. So with that said, I hope you're excited here like my friend Jonah, and you've got your hands up and you can't wait to hear more. I know I am, so let's get moving. So when it comes to online lead generation, as you may know, there's really two main funnels for traffic. You're either getting those leads organically or through paid traffic. And in terms of organic, you guys are doing quite well. I have two example searches up here. One, we have St. Louis personal injury lawyer. So you don't have a map pack listing, but you're the fourth organic result down here, and technically the second organic listing, because you're the second firm listed. And then I did one for St. Louis car accident lawyer, and so you have an ad up here. This is yours, the third one down here. You don't have a map pack listing, but technically you're the first firm listed in the organic results. So that's great, because we know that 98% of the business goes to the top 3 in the map pack, top 2 in the organic search results. And I mean, ideally you do need both the map pack and organic listing to get the best results. Of course, organic is advantageous because you're not paying per click when someone clicks on your organic listing. But to be there, obviously, it requires a good SEO strategy to maintain being there. It requires that. The only problem with SEO is that you can't really expect to get leads right now unless you've ranked yourself well. That's why really there's a better strategy, and that's through paid traffic, which is where we focus most of our efforts. And you guys are currently doing this from, what I've researched, and I put you guys here into a tool that I use called SpyFu, and I understand this is not 100% accurate, but it does a pretty good job of getting a general idea. And what I've been able to see is that you guys are investing a pretty good amount into your AdWords campaigns, at least anywhere from 20 to 30K each month. And then you're getting around 2,000 clicks, and you've been on over 18,000 keywords in your campaigns as well. So paid traffic is an absolutely great resource to gain leads when it's structured correctly, because when you do it correctly, you can get to the top positions consistently in Google when you're really making sure your ads are optimized. And when you start to factor in this quality score times cost per click equals ad rank formula, which I'll go over in a minute, you can really start to generate leads at a lower cost than the rest of your competitors. This is how we pay a fraction of what most people are paying and still get the same amount of leads, if not more, for our clients. So here's just a screenshot of ads. As you can see, this is just an example of an optimized versus regular ad. 60% of the time, you're going to see these regular ads like this one down here, as opposed to this guy at the top. And what most people don't know about this situation is that the person at the top is most likely paying less to get that top position than the ones below it, because they've taken the time to optimize their ad, add all the correct extensions, make sure it's geographically relevant. All the ad copy is relevant to what people are searching, and as a result, they have a higher quality score and a lower cost per click and a better ad rank. So taking a look at this infographic here, it would be good, because I think it's going to give us a stronger idea of how this all works. So Google determines the cost you pay per click based upon this thing called quality score, and that determines your ad rank. And I mean, as a personal injury attorney in general, your cost per clicks are quite high. This is taken right from Google AdWords for your area. And what Google is telling us is that you would be expected to pay, $72 a click for personal injury lawyer, car accident lawyer, $175, injury lawyer, $97. So these are all really high, but you don't have to pay that when you start factoring in this formula. You can start to generate leads at a much lower cost. Google determines where you're going to show up on the page, the top or the bottom, based upon this quality score. And yes, they take maximum bid into account, but as you can see from this example, and taking in this previous example in mind, you can be paying the most and have just a regular ad with a low quality score and get the worst rank. Or you could focus on getting your quality score as high as possible. You can pay the least amount for the best ad rank when your quality score is high enough. And that's all about making your ads as relevant as possible. The chief economist over at Google said 60% of your Google quality score, which needs to be as high as possible, is determined by click-through rate. And how do you improve your click-through rate? It's easy, making your ad as relevant as possible. So just another example of that is, you already know you're bidding on a lot of keywords, and a lot of people are searching for thousands of different search terms, and a lot of people are going to be searching for the more vague terms, the simpler terms, whether it's just personal injury or personal injury lawyer, car accident attorney. And on that end of the spectrum, since they're so more common, the cost to compete is higher. And on this end of the spectrum, because it's so general, you're also ending up with more of those fraudulent clicks. However, when you start to incorporate this longer tail end of the spectrum, more descriptive search phrases, which make up the majority of the search queries, you end up paying a lot less, and then the probability of conversion becomes a lot higher as well. The only problem is most people are just not structuring their ads this way. I mean, it's a fairly common practice, but 99% of advertisers group their keywords, meaning they bundle their keywords under various different ad groups, which serve as kind of themes for the different keywords that you're trying to advertise for. But this is vaguer. It leads to more irrelevant clicks, more fraudulent clicks, and lowers your quality score, which we know needs to be as high as possible. The solution then is really to only put one keyword per ad group, which is how we structure our ads, and then create as many ad groups as you need. This immediately increases the relevancy of your ads, and then it eliminates some of those irrelevant clicks and keeps your quality score high, so that you can start to, the main point here is generate leads at a lower cost and at a better rank. Just a example here. Here's a screenshot from one of the campaigns we did in a similar personal injury space. I know over time they spent quite a bit on their AdWords, and their average cost per click was down around $30. So by structuring their ads this way. And so the reason I'm showing you all of this is really to let you know these are all the factors that we take into account when building AdWords campaigns. We're making sure the ad copy is relevant, that the search terms are relevant. We look into the geographic relevancy. We're incorporating those long tail keywords, and we're creating as many ad groups as necessary to cover all those ad groups. Another part of the process is creating really effective landing pages. We make sure that the performance of our landing pages is, right up there. We're looking for that 1% performance and the highest quality score we can get with Google on our landing pages. So last thing I'll include here is I said, how do you prevent those good leads from coming in that are coming in from moving on to your competitors? Well, we have a creative way of getting the leads to fill out more detailed forms. As you can see, this is an example of a lead that came in. It has 9 questions on it, and really this does 2 things. One, it gives you more information, allows you to determine right away whether this might be a good potential case for you. It also allows the lead to become more invested in your process. They end up wanting to hear from you, and it's going to improve conversion when you know they've gone through and actually filled out these forms. And so how many cases should you be getting from your area? Well, if you're really investing close to that 29.4K into your ad spend, based on our cost per acquisition models, you should be getting close to 18 to 20 cases for that amount, and then potentially more as your ads optimize over time. So I hope everything you've seen here has wowed you like Joey. Your interest has been perked a little bit more, and so the whole point of this is, I am searching for a partner in the St. Louis area. I've come to you first because I really believe there's some great opportunity to optimize your online lead generation. My team works exclusively with PI attorneys. We know what works there. That's what we've chosen to focus on. And when you work with us, there's really no risk. You only pay us per lead. The only risk really comes in if your firm is not established or doesn't follow up with the leads that come in or doesn't return calls. That's usually not the case, but if it was, then you would probably not be the right client for us. But either way, I think what would be great is to set up a discovery call. I'd love to speak with you more about this and how we could potentially help. So you have my contact information in the email. If you want to have a conversation and it's something we can do, let me know a time and we'll get that set up right away. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed doing for you. Thank you, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.